perfectly fine. Do I
Bum,
not have
bum,
any
bum,
issues with
bum, bum,
any
bum,
of
bum.
that? Ooh, ooh, ooh,
I got that
yeah.
stupid Call of Duty like dun 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 stuck in my head. I guess
You
I
know
should
what was
pause
stuck in my
this.
head today?
What's up?
And like, I tried to not look like a super nerd in front of Jessica today. It was funny, but I
I'm
had
sure
like the
that went well.
Halo theme, the Halo theme stuck in my head. So
Wait,
all I could think
which
of
one?
was
Oh, okay. I was thinking like the high pitch one, like where it was like the chorus or whatever.
out of
Dude, like whoa, and wasn't that the one that they played at the end of Halo? Like what was it?
Mhm.
Halo 2, Halo 3? Which one was the epic one where you had to like drive the warthog all the way back?
It was two. When
Was it
two,
2?
you had to go through. They did it two. Or well, actually, one is when they start. One on one, they play the song as you're like rushing out of the
Yeah,
fucking.
like when the flood comes in. So I think it had to be the end
Mm-hmm,
of one. Yeah, it was
mm-hmm.
that was one of the best video game moments I've ever had. Like still to this day.
It was epic. It
Oh
was
yeah.
fucking epic.
Like driving that
Epic.
car out of there while the flood was just attacking everything was so awesome.
Yes, yeah. All right, man. Welcome to Why So Nerdy. We are here. Um,
Super energetic and not sickly whatsoever.
Dude, we are both just going
We're
through
falling
the
apart.
motions. Yeah. Well, you know, the dirty 30. You hit the dirty 30, and then not everything happens at the dirty 30. So.
I'm just glad it wasn't the Rona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're super excited about that one, man.
Yeah,
So
me
I'm super
too.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, today we're gonna be talking about something that is I always talked about. I feel like we talk about this movie at least every other episode, or if there's a movie involved or a game that involves superheroes, we talk about it all the time.
Well, just because
Uh,
there's been like so much like clout around it, like it's sort of building up this like following. It's like I feel like it's building it up to disappoint us, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
I, I don't know, man. We'll have to see. Today we're
Yeah.
talking about Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut, yeah.
The
Specifically the
Snyder
Snyder Cut. Yeah.
The Snyder Cut. We're not talking about that trash ass Josh Whedon movie that was dropped
I
out
mean,
because
we're
that
gonna
movie
have
was
to a little bit because I
garbage.
I
I
feel
don't.
like it's gonna
I
be
don't. Why would you? Why would you? I don't know, man. I'm so mad. And then all the shit that happened behind with Ray Fisher is starting to come to light. Have you heard news about that?
no. I was gonna ask you because I know you're more privy to the information.
So like there's a cast member from Buffy the Vampire Slayer that has come out and said that the same shit was happening with her. Like on set, he was restricted to be around her. It was in her contract because she did not want him around her, and he would say inappropriate things
So he
to
was
her.
just like creepy. Is that what it is,
He
or
was
like
hella creepy,
I
bro.
thought he was
He was
abusive?
he was a creeper. That's what
Yeah.
he was. He was a fucking creeper. So
Huh.
like Ray Fisher tried to call him out on, I think his is different. His was saying,
Mhm.
I didn't have much connection because I was a black man and trying to operate with him. It was a little harder, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he just wouldn't give me the time of day to be able to operate, which is fine. But like
Is
Ray
that
Fisher
fine
has
though,
backing
Will?
to
I
it.
don't think that's fine.
No, no, it's not fine at all.
Yeah.
But like, well, I'm talking about like from Ray Fisher's point of view, which is fine. Like we
Oh,
see that point
yeah.
of view, but we also now see another point of view to say that Josh Whedon was a dick.
Which is weird. Is he the one that's doing? He didn't do Star Wars, right? That wasn't Joss Whedon.
No, Josh Whedon did Avengers, the beginning of Avengers.
No, I
That's
know. Oh, he did the Okay, gotcha.
yeah,
Who was doing Star Wars? What's his name?
J.J. Abrams.
Thank you. Okay, as long as JJ was, I was wondering. I was like, I was worried for a second. I blended the two in my head, and I was like, oh no, was JJ Abrams a dickhead?
You leave that dude alone because he's got some shitty movies, but he's put out Guardians of the Galaxy, and that is just a fantastic franchise, sir.
That
Like
was
I will give Marvel props on that one because that was
they did.
fantastic.
They did a really good job of like reviving some like not so popular comic books because
Yeah.
I feel like nobody, at least mainstream, I'll say mainstream, mostly didn't know about Guardians or about fucking oh
I
god,
don't know because
who played
most fans
what
that I talk to always talk about Guardians. Like that's usually like a mention, but it's not like detailed, but like they say like their top favorite comic books is Guardians in there somewhere.
really. See, like that didn't happen
Mhm.
for me until after the movies. I ran into a lot of people who was like, oh, Guardians was like my favorite beforehand. It's like I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Just like when people win the Super Bowl, they're like, "Yeah, that was my
Well,
favorite
it's
team way before they even fucking showed up." I was like, "I got a picture you in a
same
Raiders
thing
hat
with
like
Green
last week."
Arrow. It was ain't the same thing with Green. Oh, you know, I'm a huge Green Arrow. I know, buddy. I rock with him with the Rabbit Hood costume for years, buddy. Before you
Jokes on you
came in here.
guys. I'm
All
still
right.
one of the only Iron Fist fans I know.
Iron
even
Fist is cool
after
though.
even
I
after
like
the
Iron
series
Fist.
came out.
Yes, I like Iron Fist. But let's bring it
Yeah.
back to topic. But yes, we're talking about Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman,
Name all of the Justice League. We'll
Flash,
go. Yeah.
and
Every one
Cyborg.
of them.
Cyborg. This well, you know, we can talk about iterations of Justice Leagues because you
Yeah.
know this is the Justice League that like is more modern for most people.
Mhm.
Green Arrow once again, Green Arrow got replaced by motherfucking Cyborg because when we were growing up, he was a staple
Yeah.
in Justice League.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's fucking Cyborg gonna take over. I see how it is. Y'all want to move my man
they're
out for the
getting-
diversity spot, which I'm not mad.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
not
gonna say
mad.
it's a win loss for you in that situation.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all could have brought my man John Stewart back or something. Jesus
But
Christ.
Which would have been awesome. That would have been great.
Yes.
But they have to make a movie featuring him first before they can put him in the series.
Well, for what I hear, Green Lantern Corps is actually going to center around John Stewart, not Hal Jordan, which that makes me happy.
Got you. I like him in the Daily Show though, so it should be okay. I didn't know that was the same name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think this version should be completely different. Like what you seen last time shouldn't be the same thing that's going to be on the screen when you actually watch it this time. I like if you watch the trailer, have you seen the difference? Have you seen the difference in the Joker? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still not excited that Jared Leto is playing the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's super excited to.
What, you don't like his cult? I'm way into his cult. I was actually debating about taking a vacation to his island. You know, just hanging out.
What? He can lick my left nipple because he's garbage. Okay,
I don't think he would make one of his followers lick your nipple. I don't think they'd do it. No.
And then he would tell me that was hot and probably just disappear.
Yeah, there you go. But I do like this look better. I still don't think he's going to play him any better, but you know, we'll see. But I don't see much of a difference so far. Like the only new things I saw, because it looked like they used a lot of cuts from, you know, Wonder Woman, the movie. Like it looked like they cut a bunch of movie shots from different movies along the line and put it into that movie. I don't know. I'm still of the mind that this is going to be a jumble. Like they're gonna cut some stuff. Because did they reshoot anything? Like they only reshooted like a few things, right? Like they added the Joker scenes.
They basically, come to find out, reshot the entire movie.
That gives me a little bit more hope.
Because now the Flashpoint paradox thing is prominent. That's a thing. Like it's from when it was supposed to happen.
Instead of that weird drug vision that randomly happened in Batman versus Superman. Dude, I am still confused.
I was like, why did you even put this in here?
I saw that movie in theaters, and I am still baffled with what relevance that scene had to do with anything ever.
You can thank Warner Brothers for that. Warner Brothers is like, we just want to edit it like this,
which is so weird considering that Warner Brothers is such a good. Because don't they run the animated series most of the time? Don't they?
I mean, yes, but here's the thing about the animated series and their division. They don't touch them. Their animated series is gold. They put out they put out so many good animated series movies and TV shows. They just don't bother them. Like they don't bother them.
That's what I'm saying. But if you're gonna hire people to write something, why not take the people who have done it again and again successfully, instead of going like, oh yeah, no, you want to put Ben Affleck in a Batman suit and you want him to fight Superman, and you want him to have a drug flashback where the Flash shows up and said Superman bad and then disappeared, and then we all were like, are we watching the same movie still?
It doesn't make sense. I honestly think they should have played out the the Flashpoint paradox. Like,
It would have been interesting. They just didn't want to make a whole nother movie.
yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like Batman v Superman should have been the Flashpoint paradox, and then Justice League was supposed to be what happens in the aftermath of everything else.
I still think they need a Flash movie.
Listen, it's coming.
Don't you hate on my Flash?
It's coming. Like, don't get me wrong. They've got it lined up to get set up and shot, but I don't know, man. I don't know how I want to feel about it because Ezra's Flash is weird to me. Like,
you don't like him?
I like him. Like, that's the thing. I like him, but his dynamic for like how the Flash is supposed to be. Like, yeah, he's lighthearted. He's goofy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's still everything he's supposed to be. It's just kind of off, and it's just because it's the world it's set in.
Yeah, I liked how goofy he was. Like, he was so awkward. And like he didn't even know how to fight, which made me laugh.
Bruh, his costumes held together by strings.
Like, I loved it. Like, it was all very like, I was into it. Like, it's definitely very like you get to see a window into like the beginning of his whole journey.
Yeah. See, and I think that's a good take from there. I think the Flash is actually going to be one of those better like lighthearted movies that you'll see. Kind of like. I don't think they'll do it as lighthearted as Shazam, which Shazam's a great movie. Like,
it's such a good movie. Why can't DC land a movie like that?
It's because it was lighthearted. You know, remember we're talking about Batman, Superman, all that stuff is dark. Like, everything's dark. I know Superman's supposed to be like this whole like super messiah, like I saved the world and shit like that, but his shit is dark too. No, like they're like. I told you about. We've mentioned the comic series before, where he loses his powers, and he basically is in like jeans, got his hands wrapped up, and he's like out here brawling in the streets, like full on, out here boxing full on in the streets, bro. Like that whole like arc is a dark time for him.
Yeah,
he's got to realize that like I am now human and I can die, and there are certain stipulations that
doesn't he have super strength still or something though?
He has like limited powers. He can use his powers, but they don't last. Think like Wolverine when he had his healing factor kind of slow down.
Yeah, in Logan.
Yeah, same scenario. But like, I mean, like that's a dark arc. It is not a lighthearted arc at all.
Yeah. You know what they should have done is now that they're throwing like, how are they introducing Darkseid into this? Because I saw him in the trailer. So are they gonna like walk us through? Because I know we're gonna understand that Darkseid's a part of everything, and he's sort of like the overlord of the DC universe, as he's the I guess the pop culture version of Thanos. Like he's the Thanos of DC.
I mean, you have lots of overlords though in DC. You have the shit titles like Mother Brain and
but Darkseid's the guy.
He is the guy.
He's the one that everybody goes to go get like armies and like, hey, I need some help. Like, he's passively letting everybody survive.
But he feels like more of a Doctor Doom to me than he does feel like an actual like Thanos. And the reason why I say that is because like his demeanor on for like destruction and like changing the world is to like imprint his rule on everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
Where how Dr. Doom wanted to destroy the world and make it in his own image. You know what I'm saying? So he feels like a more like in a comparison to me, a Dr. Doom than he does feel like a actual
Thanos. Yeah, I can roll with that. I see that.
Yeah.
Cool. But like I'm just wondering where they're gonna write him in. Like are they just going to all of a sudden show him on screen? Like, are we going to have another Flashpoint moment?
Just here I am.
Just like, I'm here. What movie? It was the new Star Wars movie where all of a sudden the Emperor is just talking, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah, he comes out of that group and he's just there in the machine. And you're just like, wow.
It's like we missed a whole movie. Did I blink? Did I go somewhere? Like,
I don't understand why you're here right now. Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
like, it's like all the comic book nerds know what's going on, but like everybody who's been watching the movies, they're like, "What did I miss a show?"
Right, lost. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, so I think Steppenwolf is going to have a bigger role. So I honestly think that like he's gonna be tied in more to the movie.
Well, what do you mean a bigger role? He was the big bad in the movie last time.
But he's gonna be like the link in between bringing the armies out and us actually being able to get to Darkseid. So like they fight him first, basically, and then Darkseid comes in. So he's gonna be more of a link than he was like the big bad in the movie.
It's just gonna be like the first lieutenant situation. Now, you've beat the one boss. Welcome to the second boss fight.
Bro, this is the final boss, motherfuckers. That's it.
We do the plus side. We do get to watch Stefan Wolf whoop the shit out of all of the Amazonians.
Bro, that's about to be good.
Did they add, like, from what I saw, they added more to that? Like, I didn't remember him Hulk smashing. I saw him grab somebody's leg.
Anytime somebody fights the Amazonians, and I am all for woman power, but them fights are like epic. Those girls go all the way out. They get slapped in the face, across the world. Like they are
fucking scrap.
Yeah, everything.
Scary. But yeah, so what's going to be the big differences is what I'm wondering, because like so far all I've seen is like what it starts off with Superman screaming, which I don't know what's happening there. Maybe they're talking about Martha again. He's having some awful flashback.
Oh no! You leave Martha out of this, sir.
Okay? I didn't see.
I'm over. No, you mentioned Martha. Right.
You know what's weird is that I didn't see much Momoa in this. The trailer was really
I don't
Momoa
think
lacking.
Momoa is going to have a big part. I mean, I think his part's going to remain unchanged because I mean. Yeah. I don't because that part of that movie was basically
awesome.
It was awesome. I mean,
it was amazing.
Just pop out of a whole like splashing thing of water while drinking a beer with all these tats on, and well,
because like his fucking like Hulk jump off of the front of the car or the Batmobile was sick. Like there was a lot of good parts with him in there.
Yeah,
but like I didn't see a lot of him. What? We saw Wonder Woman get her ass whooped a little bit in the trailer. Darkseid. I'm trying to think of the other highlights. We got Fat Batman still working on it. Well, Dad Bod Batman. Can't call him Fat.
Dad Bod Batman. That's right. Dad Bod Batman.
In his duster. So I guess we're going to get a lot more of the backstory. Yeah.
A lot more flash.
What other changes have you noticed? Other than that, I'm really
black suit. You got a black suit? Black suit.
Yeah. So do you think that's going to be still more Flashpoint stuff though, right?
I honestly, no, I don't think that's going to be more Flashpoint. I think that's when he comes back. Like, remember, he does die and they bring him back.
Yeah, they bring him back and he beats the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, I think that's going to just be, he's going to beat the shit out of everybody in a black suit.
I'm hoping we get more.
Here's my thing about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, black suit Superman. All right. If we go back to the 90s. All right.
Oh God, time machine.
We remember that the black suit Superman was basically like an older Superman. After he was born, he had long hair and shit. Remember that?
I don't, but yes.
You don't remember the time period where he had?
I don't remember long hair. No.
So you can look it up right now. There is a time period where Superman had long, flowy locks, and it was when he had just came back after it was Superman Returns in that series.
Yeah.
And the black and silver suit was basically him, but he was older too, as well, and like more seasoned.
Yeah, more seasoned, like with herbs and spices.
Yeah, just the eight seasons of KFC. Yeah, it was really nice.
I'm worried if they give him long flowing hair, he's gonna be like the lesser Momoa, and it's just not gonna work for me. He's supposed to be the clean cut, good looking dude. And then we're gonna have fucking.
They'll keep that look. They'll keep that look because that's what it's like.
So black suit Superman is gonna be new. I noticed that it looks like they're gonna go more into Cyborg's backstory. Yes, we're gonna learn something, which would be great because they were just like, here's the robot black guy that showed up, and it's like great. And then they moved on.
That was part of Ray Fisher's frustration was because he basically liked most of his parts. And like it was supposed to help introduce Ray Fisher anyways to set up his Cyborg movie. It's kind of that Justice League is supposed to be a setup for like Flash. Cyborg, like those two movies. Like you didn't really get a huge setup for Aquaman because Aquaman is just Aquaman, bro. Like,
It's Momoa. He's shirtless. Everybody's gonna buy a ticket anyway.
everybody's gonna look at his titties.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. But like, yeah, it was more of a setup for Barry, which you do. You get a lot of backstory in the original one for Barry.
Do we though?
You get a lot. You get to see a
He
lot.
monologued.
Yeah, he monologued a lot.
He monologued and we moved on. It was the same thing. It was like, here's our, because are they going with LGBT like Flash? Is that why they picked him? Wasn't that the original?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and then so they had that, and they were like, "Here's our two diversity hires. We got the gay guy, and then we got the the black guy." It's like here they are.
We're not being offensive at all, but this is the real truth. This is
this is what Justice League did. Yeah, no,
Yes,
I love everybody. No, I'm just saying what who was it? Josh Wheaton. This is what Wheaton wanted. Yeah, he showed up and he was like, "We need diversity. Let's hire two people. Let's let them monologue their backstory, and then we're just going to move on like nothing ever happened."
That's the thing, though. Like Ray Fisher had more parts shot, and when he came out and the movie came out, he was like, basically, I got cut out the movie. Like there was nothing of me being shot, and now in the Snyder Cut, you're seeing all this stuff that was shot of him. Because I think he has a moment. Because remember, if you pay attention to Cyborg's backstory, he has a connection to the mother brain.
Yes.
He can actually like access the grid and travel and like actually like see in the future, see in the past. Like he has all these like weird powers that is granted to him because he has the mother box inside of him. So
the mother box.
Yeah, the mother box. Yeah. So I think that is going to be explored so people can understand more who he is, which I think that's a good idea. I think you should tell more about Cyborg.
Yeah. I think his backstory, like, don't get me wrong, it's been done a lot. Like, I don't know if you watched Doom Squad at all, or not Doom Squad, Doom Patrol. Yeah, Doom Patrol did a very good job of talking about him. I love the guy, the actor who did that.
He's slowly becoming a Batman. Where like all we do is we origin story.
Yeah. So, but like I think, you know, he's got a pretty interesting one. Like his is real, like, especially, I don't know if you watch, like I said, I hate to bring up Doom Patrol again, but it's one of my new favorite shows. But they do a really good job with like giving his backstory, but also like, you know, he's programmed. His memories are all computers. So like there's a lot of mystery of like, did that really happen? You could do a lot with his backstory just to twist it, just because his memories are all.
It's the program, but they're like, it was like his dad basically trying to feed him his memories back.
Yes, yeah, he's controlling his perspective of everything. Yeah. So there's a lot you could do with it. I think it leaves a very open backstory that you can twist.
Well, I'm interested to see the Solo movie because like he had a Solo series that came out for a while and it was really good. It actually was really interesting.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he had Solo comic book series that was really good.
Oh, like, comic book series. Okay, I thought you were talking about a show. I was like, I haven't heard anything about that.
Solo comic book series that was actually like really good, and it was really like in depth and in deep, and like it was pretty good. So,
he's pretty crazy powerful. So
he's basically another Superman with a blaster cannon in a mech suit.
He's the middle ground between Superman and Batman.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got the tech of Batman, the strength of Superman. Like,
yes, he's the blender. He's the blender of the two. Yeah. So like, it's cool, man. I really want to see more of Ray Fisher and get more of that backstory and invite people to know.
It looks like that's a definite. It looks like that's definitely happening. So they're probably taking whatever they cut from him and working it in somewhere. And like you said, I guess I didn't know that where they were doing more shoots. It looks like they reshot a lot.
They basically reshot that damn whole movie. Like that whole entire movie.
I'm hoping you're right, and it's not just like they're putting a trailer together of new shot stuff. I'm really worried that we're just gonna get like.
I am still like, and I'm gonna make this known. We're gonna talk about this. This is gonna be mentioned multiple times in this podcast.
No.
I'm not off Jared Leto. Like I'm just not for it.
Yeah.
I'm just
so that's gonna be all Flashpoint, like is that what they're trying to make it as is Flashpoint?
It was his vision originally was to push the series towards Flashpoint to be able to open up the series to a multiverse, so that way he could bring in more characters. characters. That was his
Mhm.
original vision to do that. Because remember, we are getting like multiple Batmans in this one too. So like, you gotta think about it. We're getting Michael Keaton.
Do you think? Oh,
Yes,
Keaton's gonna be in this?
Keaton's gonna be in this. Yes, Keaton's supposed to be Old Man Batman.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that. That's pretty
Keaton,
awesome.
like that's what I'm saying. Like we're talking like there
I
has
thought
been
Keaton was in looks for the Batman Beyond thing that they were talking about.
dude. If that, I swear, I want that to happen so bad.
That sounds
Oh
awesome.
my god, I love
like-
Batman Beyond.
But I didn't know he was going to be in this.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be in this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh. So if they're doing Flashpoint, do you think they'll have who's the bad guy from The Walking Dead?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan or something like that.
He was the guy. He was Negan, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to
Yes.
be. He's actually supposed to be cast as Thomas Wayne. I think
Yes, he was supposed to be his dad as Batman, who had the guns and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I was super pumped for that fucking movie.
Bro, hey, when they did that, and I actually like seen that. Have you seen the movie Flashpoint Paradox?
Yeah, the animated one. Yeah.
He does the voice for
Mhm.
that Batman.
I did not know that.
He does the voice for that Batman. That's why they were.
That movie was fucking awesome.
No,
So good.
That was so good.
Yeah.
So good. See, and that's why I'm going taking it back. Like,
Mhm.
if they can nail this just as good quality as the animated film,
That's not gonna happen. They're missing a lot of people because Green
it's
Lantern played.
It's like a 27% chance.
Yeah, they're missing a lot of people though because like Green Lantern played a huge role in Flashpoint. Like who else? Did I say Green Arrow? Both the Greens played a big part. Who else is missing? Martian Manhunter was missing from the whole thing.
He's supposed to be like mentioned in this one, I believe.
That'd be great. I really think they're missing out on. They need to hire. Who's the guy who does his voice in the animated series? The older black.
Is it Keith Morgan David?
I think so. Maybe I don't know. I'd hate to say his name wrong because I love and appreciate him so much for all his roles.
I'll look him up real quick.
Okay. Yeah, but
you talk.
Yeah, but I think they're really missing out on a great because they don't have to actually have him on, do any action scenes or anything. They can mocap him and have him just do whatever, and the voice could be accurate. His amazing voice acting could be portrayed on screen. Like, I think it would be fantastic.
I honestly think that, like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of potential for this movie to be very good, and nobody knows. Excuse me, I burped. It was actually, believe it or not, and this is gonna sound real crazy.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Carl Lumbly, but Phil Lamar voiced Jon Stewart. Did you know that?
Yeah, Phil Lamar is who I was talking about.
Yeah, Phil Lamar.
I thought, Lamar. I thought is the guy who did Martian Manhunter.
No,
he not?
Carl Lumbly. Carl Lumbly was a different guy. He was a different guy that actually did.
I knew he did Green Lantern's voice, but I didn't. Yeah.
I mean, if they just had Phil Lamar take that spot anyway, I'd be happy. I'd totally be cool with that. Like 100%.
Like, not that I don't love Phil Lamar. It's just he's really skinny. He's thin. It'd be like casting you.
Superman is in a bodysuit,
Yeah,
and he makes
I guess so.
Henry Cavill is 2 times bigger because they got muscles built into the bodysuit. Ben Affleck is 7 times bigger with the dad bod. He's got an amplified dad bod with muscles.
But it'd be like putting you in a muscle suit. It'd be too noticeable. You're like super skinny, and they put you in this big bulky suit.
I'd rock that suit. I'd rock it tomorrow.
You'd look like a top heavy nail.
Hey, a top heavy nail with hair that can fly.
It looked like somebody left too much of the top on a nail.
I will on here today. That is rough. Okay.
Like one of those big fat pencils where it's like real big on the top so you can grip it and the rest of it's real small.
Who is in the suit?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's perfect. That's actually way better.
But no, I honestly think that, like, I don't know. There's the arrows are missing. You have Reverse Flash that's tied to this, so like
Which,
We don't know.
God, who would they even cast for that role?
I have no clue.
Um,
Like it was a hard pick for the TV show.
I think who did they pick for the guy who did Zoom? I think would play a really good Reverse Flash.
Eberthon for the TV show
Or not?
Harrison Well.
No. Zoom, the guy who played Old Flash. Because that was Zoom, wasn't it?
No, the guy who
Thrawn was a Reverse Flash.
Thrawn is Reverse Flash.
Yeah,
but
the guy who played Zoom was the original, like the alternate universe Flash.
John Shipley Smith,
something like that. Like what is it?
That was the original Flash.
Classic Flash with the helmet.
Yeah, John Shipley Smith.
I think he would play a good Reverse Flash.
Or it's like John Smithley Ship or something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can see him.
It's nice. I do think it's nice that they tied him into that new series.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very cool thing that they did for that.
They did a lot of cool shit in that. I really like the TV show.
Yeah, the TV show's pretty good. Because he's Jay Garrick, which is the Hat Flash.
I really loved that they made the dad the original Flash.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot. Like, really, really a good nod to him in that show.
You just want to hug him every time you see him on the show.
I still have that. I still have that movie in my room. Yeah, I got the DVD.
No, man.
Somebody let me borrow it, and then they moved away, and they never came back and got it. So I inherited. Yeah, I inherited it.
But yeah, overall, I think the fans' reaction should be what it should be. I mean, I'm not gonna say that this movie's gonna be great. I'm not gonna say this movie's gonna change things, but like, it's just really kind of up to like what's gonna happen when it comes out. You know what I'm saying? People now that it's on HBO Max, people are just gonna click.
Everybody's gonna watch it. Yeah. If you got a subscription, why wouldn't you? So it's gonna get good press. Like I'm just hoping it's any kind of decent. You know what I'm really sad about that they missed? Because if they're doing like older Batman, they really missed out on hiring Mark Hamill as an old Joker.
Oh,
I would have been
so good.
I think they could have done it, and I think it would have been amazing.
I think that in itself would have changed the entire movie. Like I think everybody was like, bruh.
I don't think they wanted to pay him. Yeah.
I mean, he already got hella money for Star Wars, which was a catastrophe. But I mean, I
liked his parts in it.
I think Luke's story got weird at the very end of it.
I loved their whole interaction. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed that whole he's just done with the Force.
Yeah, Rey's and Skywalker's reaction. Yeah.
Oh, you mean Skywalker and Skywalker's reaction? Did you see the
excuse me, sir. She's a Palpatine. All right.
No. She said Skywalker.
Excuse me, sir. She's a Palpatine. All right, that's what she is. She can't change it.
She didn't credit Papa Palpatine at the end of that movie.
Well, that was Grandpappy. Grandpappy Palpatine.
Grandpappy Palpatine. No, he's a clone. He's technically still the daddy.
No,
she was Clone's baby. So
that was Grandpappy. 100% Grandpappy.
Oh, was it his kids? Was it the clone's kids?
It was the clone's kids' daughter.
Okay. How does that work though? I don't know. We're not geneticists.
I want to know how does that consciousness transfer over to Palpatine for him to be
So I could get all science. It just basically the way that your brain's made right now, it technically would retain whatever mood that you're or whatever mental state you're in at the time of creation, and then it differs from you. So so it's like a copy and paste of original personality, and then
just like we about to copy and paste a lot of the shit in this movie. I know you're gonna bow bow.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be rough.
What parts do you think you're gonna see in Justice League?
That's gonna be a big difference, or like what that I'm personally excited to see.
What do you think is gonna be the same?
Oh, God.
The monologues are gonna stay.
Most of everything, the way that I see this, and I know it's awful to have such bad thoughts about it, but I really think it's going to be the same movie with like 6 new parts. Like there's gonna be an extra maybe hour of content. It's gonna be like, remember when Lord of the Rings came out with an extended cut and it was like, hey, it extends it for like 3 hours, but really it was just like the same movie with a little bit more dialogue.
Well, it was the same movie, a little bit more dialogue, and the fight
Mm-hmm.
scenes were longer.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm foreseeing for this movie.
Okay.
Is like it's gonna be practically the same movie with like sprinkling a little bit more storyline here, add new bad guy over here. We're probably going to have a new ending, I would assume. Like we're going to get a big bad fight or an introduction to a big bad fight. So it's going to be like Thanos finding some of the, or what? It's going to be the ending to where like Thanos turns around in the chair in Avengers. We're going to get that of Darkseid at the end of the movie, I assume. Is like him, yeah. Yeah, where him.
Like, oh, really?
It's gonna be Darkseid with his hands behind his back, looking at everybody, going like, "I'm about to fuck this whole place up," and then it's gonna cut to credits. I'm sure.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna utilize Darkseid, they need to utilize Darkseid because, like, the thing about Darkseid is he fucks people up. So, like
everybody,
if there's no fucking up of Darkseid, like punching everybody on the Justice League in the face, then you've underutilized that character.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch him disrespect Superman. That's always my favorite part. That's always my favorite part of seeing Darkseid in anything is just his absolute. He fights people with his hands behind his back. Like the man will disrespect you with one arm.
He is that dude. I don't know. I'm curious to see though, like what's going to happen with Steppenwolf now, because like I will say this, his even though he is the link to Darkseid, his character is going to go for a complete change now. Like it's not going to be the same type of Steppenwolf that we seen in the old, in the old Justice League. Now we're going to see him being under and having to deal with the armies and having to fight with them and having to buy time and all this stuff. So I want to see how his dynamic changes and everything, because that's going to drive a lot of Darkseid's story anyway. So I really want to see that.
Well, that's going to be his only introduction that I can see. That's the only way Darkseid works into any of this is Steppenwolf, because that explains the demon armies that he ends up with towards the end.
The parademons.
Yeah. So it's gonna have to do something with that, I would assume.
I wonder if it's gonna stay close to source material though too. So that's another thing. Like, I feel like Zack Snyder does do a good job.
Snyder.
No, I said Zach. It sounded like I said Jack.
It sounded like you said Jack. Everyone knows, Will. The recording will tell all.
He does. I mean, he does try to stay true to comic book content, which is nice. But at the same time, it's one of those deals where it's like you do deviate a lot from the comic book source material as well. Like
if he's staying the source, he's gonna have to change this whole fucking movie. So
I mean, don't get me wrong. Just at least like some of the major parts, please stay the source. You know what I'm saying? Like don't fuck up some of the major parts. Like the thing where Flash runs into Thomas, and then Thomas is like, well, my son died, blah blah blah. This is that going on. Like at least that story needs to be solid. So because if you're going to set up the Flashpoint paradox, that needs to be there. Whereas like you have. And Batman's tie into that. Yes, he does run into the Joker, and the Joker is the reason why shit happens. And like all that stuff needs to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, why is Leto still young if we're running into old? I guess it's just is it parallel universe Joker?
I don't necessarily think he's young. You see what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think he is young, and they're taking. So that Joker actually has like a prominent like type of Joker. So he's like the Butcher. They call him the Butcher, which that's like a thing in the series when the paradox is going on. He's like more of a butcher, kind of the anarchist. That's when he starts becoming the anarchist, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that we know and love. But it's a weird like it's like a weird transitional period Joker that they had, and it didn't last very long. It kind of lasted just for the Paradox and kind of for like the Dark Knight Returns and all that stuff. So
He seemed more stable.
I mean, is the Joker ever truly stable though?
No, just the vision of stable. the illusion of him
I
being
mean,
sane for just long enough to get close
actually,
to.
there is a moment where the Joker is stable. I'm not going to tell you when. There is actually a moment where like he regains his consciousness and
Right.
is actually
right after he beats the hell out of Robin.
Yeah, probably.
Are we going to get a live action version of the fucking?
They have been talking about doing it in Titans.
That would be rough. Just the
Talking about doing
fucking
it in Titans.
crowbar beat down.
Because side note, to kind of jump off topic, they're talking about pushing the guy who plays Jason Todd into Red Hood on Titans, right?
I did not.
Season 3, he's going there.
Yeah,
That's where he's going.
So that'll be cool. So they'll kill him, bring him back, and then he'll be Red Hood, right? Is that how Red Hood worked?
He doesn't die. He escapes. He gets out of the area he's in, and then basically because he felt.
How does he get out after he gets beat to death with a fucking crowbar?
He basically escapes. He felt like Batman and everybody abandoned him, and then he just decides to take justice into his own hands and decides to kill everybody.
See, I always thought that they brought him to the what was it? The pools that what's his name uses.
Yeah, they take him to the Lazarus pools. He's involved with Lazarus pools, but basically
okay. Because I always thought if they brought him there, he doesn't come back when Batman's looking, and then he comes back later, and then somebody convinces him that he's been abandoned, nobody loves him, and he's like, well, fuck it, I'll go do my own thing and start shooting people.
In the face. All up in the face. It's everywhere in the face. You know what I'm saying? So like it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, we'll have to see. I think Titans.
I need to watch that show.
Starfire is supposed to get her suit this season.
Thank God she's not going to look like she mugged both the pimp and the hooker at the same time and just clashed their clothes together.
Y'all just tripping, all right? That girl had his ass all through season.
It legitimately looked like she landed on Earth right next to both the pimp and the hooker. So pimp named Slipback was like, bitch, do you know who I am? And she just beats him down.
You gotta say the whole entire thing. It's a named Slipback.
Just and beats her and him down and takes both their clothes, like whatever fits.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm shocked she didn't end up with a hat.
Well, it will have to see. I think that show's gonna be good. So we got a couple of good things coming up in the lineup. What I wish they didn't cancel, and I'll be honest about it.
What? Iron
Fist. Nah, they should cancel that. Anyway,
Power Man.
Not Power Man. I think they shouldn't have canceled Swamp Thing, which is actually a really good show. Have you watched that?
No, I have not.
Oh, buddy, it's such a good show.
Isn't Swamp Thing weirdly involved in the DC universe?
He's like, I think like Dr. Manhattan with like the main universe, if that makes sense. He's like one of those dudes that kind of is an outlier, but has like a lot of significance to the storylines that change, but don't really.
He's like Forget-Me-Not in Marvel.
Yeah.
Do you know who Forget-Me-Not is?
I have no clue who that is. But
so there's an X-Men name. I believe his name's Forget-Me-Not. It's something like that. But his power is that as soon as you look away from him, if you don't remind yourself that he exists, you completely forget him and everything he's ever done. So you have no idea he exists. So they did it was like a Deadpool one-off type of deal to where he actually takes credit for everything that's ever happened that saved the world, because they're just like, oh yeah, I was there and they forgot about me, so I saved everything. Like, you guys just don't remember.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's what I was equating him to.
Yeah, but I think what I was gonna say, pretty much that like Swamp Thing is just he's just that guy that basically saves like randomly will come apart and save shit. Like it's just weird. Like and also a lot of things have to tie to the swamp. So like his swamp has like powers and shit. Like
that's weird.
It's a weird series, but it's such a good series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't wait. So do you think there's going to be any surprise people in here that we haven't heard of?
Besides Michael Keaton, I think that's about it.
I still haven't heard. I'm going to have to look that up as soon as we're done.
Look it up.
I knew Michael Keaton was coming back up as a Batman thing, but I didn't know it was for the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, it's for the Snyder Cut. Yeah,
So
it's doing part of the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Doing part of the Snyder Cut, and then
I don't know.
I really don't know if we're going to get a Robin. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if we're going to Robin because I've heard rumors that there's going to be a Robin.
I still think what was his name that was in Looper?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I think he would have made a great Robin.
I think he would
when they were setting him up.
Really great. Terry McGinnis.
Yeah. Nightwing, right?
That too. Yep.
Yeah. What isn't? Oh no, Terry is Batman Beyond.
Terry is Batman Beyond, but he would make a really good Nightwing.
Yeah, that's more of what I see him as. I think God, who was it that I was thinking of for? I said it in one of our other podcasts. Who I thought would make a great
the guy from Umbrella Company.
Yeah, no. That's the young. I think that would be young, like Titans. Robin.
You were talking about Diego, the Mexican dude.
Oh yes, he would make a great one. I think he'd be too old by the time they put it together, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta have some rising stars, and I don't think there's too many rising like young stars that I could think of right now at the current moment.
What's weird? If they wouldn't complain about giving a Asian guy the role, I think the Asian kid who played in
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, I think he has the look. He has the physique of it too.
He looks just like Terry. Like to be honest, if you look at what Terry looks like, because Terry looks ethnic.
Yeah,
people don't realize that he looks really ethnic in the show.
Yes,
ethnic in the show. He could pull that off. He could totally pull that.
Bring up all kinds of white rage.
Look. I'm sorry. Hey, don't get mad at me. It is what it is. All right. It is Black History Month.
You're gonna rile the white people. Will, don't do it. No, they will get their crackers and mayonnaise, and they will come for us.
I will say what I want. No, it's like
I love that. I saw that video the other day, and it's like, motherfucker, I say what I want. It's Black History Month.
But yeah, I honestly think that that's the direction they should be going, man. I mean, if you want to expand on these different Batmans and stuff too, like we're getting a Batman that is fresh, like, and I like that we're getting a Batman that is like only like 1 or 2 years fresh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, even though The Dark Knight talks about him training and doing all this stuff, and you technically see him as a fresh Batman, it doesn't do it justice to like what type of psychology that he had. Because in the books, like year one, like that series, you see him go through a lot of shit. Yeah. And you see him kind of battle within, like trying to make sure he's doing the right things, trying to give justice for what he needs to be doing. Is he doing the right thing? What is his code? What is he's developing that stuff? So I honestly hope that the Batman talks about that stuff. But
speaking of which, when is that movie coming out?
It's supposed to come out, I think, either the end of this year or beginning of next year. I'm not sure.
I've been waiting. That's been like one of the only movies I've been super excited about this year, other than the Nicolas Cage, Freddy, Five Nights at Freddy movie.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that yet?
I have.
I need to watch it. It looks so awful.
I have. It's not the greatest movie of all time.
I'm not stuck in there, or he's not stuck in there with them. They're stuck in there with him.
Bro,
I couldn't believe they used that line. I died.
You can't get rid of Nick Cage because Nick Cage is that guy.
So he is very aware of who he is and what he's doing. He's like the Bruce Campbell of action movies now.
Yeah.
He's
our Bruce Campbell.
Yeah,
he's our Bruce Campbell. Whereas like the 90s had Steven Seagal.
Well,
so yeah.
I don't know. Did Steven Seagal has never came to realize it. He still thinks he's the baddest motherfucker that's ever lived.
I mean, he technically is the baddest motherfucker that ever lived.
No, he is a crazy.
Sort of.
He's a crazy person.
Sort of. Do you not see all the kung fu and the goatee and the sweet goatee he carries around now?
Have you not seen him on the? He's a police officer, isn't he? Is he still a police officer?
He's still a police officer. Yes.
Oh my god! Yeah, in Louisiana, somewhere
in Louisiana.
Yeah, fucking, it's somewhere like that. I can't remember if it's in Louisiana.
It's either Louisiana or Florida, I believe.
Either way, it blows my mind. Like watching him do anything is like, well, somebody calm down that old fat man,
bro. Let him live his life. All right, he's kicked enough people in the face.
He doesn't kick. He does joint locks well.
Excuse me, sir. He does joint locks and breaks arms, but then he actually does one. It's always a disco kick to the face when he's got the other person in the joint lock.
I always equate kicks to Chuck Norris and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Those are the two people that always kick someone every time, no matter what movie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is the king of kicking people.
I loved. Did you see his comeback? We've gotten way off topic, and I'm so sorry. We were pretty much done anyway.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's wrap it up because we do have. So, what do you hope to see after they do this Justice League? What type of?
I want a Flash movie.
Is that the direction you want?
Yeah.
You don't want to see anybody else, though. You don't want to see any Cyborg.
If you do a Flash movie, you get everybody.
Well, yeah, you do.
That's the best part of Flash stories. He's like the link to everyone. Like he starts all the problems.
But Green Arrow is the same way. Here's the thing. Green Arrow is the same way because Green Arrow will intertwine and actually interact with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so, like, if they do a Flash movie, there's an opportunity to introduce other characters out in the world. Green Lantern, same way. If you do Green Lantern,
great. I want two people to get a big new spotlight, and I know Cyborg is probably going to get a movie anyway, so I want to sort of like let him. He's going to get a movie. We all know the movie's coming. I want to see Martian Manhunter show up, and I want Green Lantern, but I want fucking which one's the Green Lantern that we all grew up with? Thank you. I want a John Green Lantern real bad.
Yeah.
Give me who's the guy who played? I think they should
do because they're talking about doing the Corps. So you got Kyle, John. I mean, there's so many Jessica. Like there's so many different types of lanterns.
Who was the police officer in the Flash or in the Arrow show?
Paul Blackenstone.
Yes,
Officer Quinton.
They need to hire him to play Green Lantern. I think he would make a great John Stewart.
Who?
The cop from the Arrow show.
We talking about like Laurel's dad?
Yeah, the big diesel black dude.
Dude. No, that wouldn't be a good pick. I think a good pick for they were talking about. You know who they were talking about, right? At first, who was like the first before they offered him to be the Black Superman?
No, who?
Michael B. Jordan.
Like,
that was their first thing. And then
Michael B. Jordan. Okay, sorry, it cut off the B. I heard Michael Jordan. I was like, they're giving Michael Jordan another role in a movie.
He'd be like to the hole,
right? Yeah.
To the hole.
I took that personally.
6 rings. 6 rings.
Right. Yeah, that's all he does.
6 rings. No, but Idris Elba has come up to be that. Common has pushed for the role.
Ooh. God, what's his
John
name?
Washington. John David Washington. Denzel's son has been
English guy who was the main corporal in the robot fighting movie. What was it?
Oh, John Bodega.
Is that his name?
Something like that. I can never say
the
his
sexy
name.
Fucking voice, and he's like super diesel.
Yeah, he has also been.
He's fighting fucking giant monsters in a robot.
Yeah, I forget his name, but Idris Elba is one of them. I know.
What was that movie called? God damn it.
John Boyega. Sorry, I said it wrong. Yes, John Boyega. Yeah, he would be a good pick. I mean, those would be all good picks, man. I honestly think that would be, but John Boyega would have to be a younger version of him, like a younger version of Jon Stewart. Whereas, like
That would be great.
Idris Alba would be more seasoned.
Yes,
John,
Idris Alba is who I was thinking of.
yes,
He would make
Idris
he
Alba.
would be a great one. Yeah.
He would be fantastic for it. But then, not Denzel, not Denzel Washington. Although Denzel Washington has been mentioned in like rumors for stuff for that.
Yeah.
But
You know,
John David
could get-
Washington, his son is actually the dude that's in Tenet. His son is really good. He's a really good actor. I think he could pull it off. Sterling K. Brown could play that because Sterling K. Brown has been in action movies before. The guy that's in This Is Us.
I didn't see that. That would be interesting.
He's a good actor. There's a lot of good like older actors that could play that part very well.
I say
for
we give
shits and
it.
giggles, Morgan Freeman.
I say we give it to Lester Sprite or Spreet. Spreet? Is that his
Mhm.
name? Guy who played Coltrane.
There you go.
He
Yeah,
would be
baby.
huge. He would be
Yeah.
huge. Way too big to be fucking Green Lantern. Do this terrifyingly long.
His suit would just rip every time he walks into set. You ready, baby? Let's do
Superman,
this.
you right up in this house.
Oh, what you about to get this ring?
I always love- every time I think of him is the only two things that pop up because I know he's been in like a lot of movies, but like the only two things that always pop in my head is when he was the office linebacker for those commercials, those Nike commercials.
I know. Anytime I think about that is when he actually tackled Donald Trump and they did Terry Tate and he was standing at the thing. And
Did he? I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's a scene of him tackling Donald Trump. It's a dummy, but he tackles him against a tour bus.
That would have been great. I wish I would have known about that during the presidency. I would have posted that a lot.
Straight out, he just hits him straight to the bus.
Terry Tate, I love him. That was one of his Lester's best characters.
Yeah, it was.
Speaking of people, I wonder what he's doing. I wonder if we can get him for the podcast.
I would be excited if you could ever get him on the podcast.
Send out a Hail Mary throw.
Bro, we got office linebacker in the joint.
Dude, yeah, right. I would do nothing but talk about Coltrane.
Why
haven't they given you a movie yet? Why are you such an underrated actor? You're amazing. Can you yell at me for like 5 minutes?
Terry Crews kind of stole his thunder a little bit, man, because Terry Crews is basically the same guy.
I don't like Terry Crews. Don't like
him.
Do
you really don't like Terry Crews?
Nope.
How come?
And he's so like a lot has come out lately about how like misogynistic and douchey he is. That and he's an unfunnier Lester. So
yeah. So yes, those are possibilities for Jon Stewart. Yeah. I think that'll be. I think Idris Elba would be perfect for him.
I think so too.
Like, I think that's a whole shot right there. It'd be fantastic.
It would be amazing. The only problem is how old is he?
Idris?
Yeah,
in his late 50s.
I was about to say black don't crack, so he's probably like 95.
Late 50s. No, actually, I think he's actually in his late 40s. Actually,
is he?
But that man,
he's 40. He's 48.
Yeah, that man has a beard of the gods. Okay, all right. That like salt and pepper, like I am fly, but you can't touch me.
He's 48. He could do a few movies.
Yeah, he's got time.
Yeah, he's at RDJ age. It's fun.
He's got plenty of time.
Yeah,
absolutely plenty of time. All right, my man. Well, we got 2 minutes. We are here. We made it an hour today. What?
Ooh, we did good.
Yeah.
I do have to say something at the end of this because it needs to be said, and I feel really bad because I'm looking at the screen right now. I'm watching Attack on Titan. I do have to take back my Hippocratic statement of how bad it was.
You guys remember earlier in the episodes, he said Attack on Titan was crap.
Yeah, well, I said it was getting trashy. Like, it was just boring. And in my defense, the third season was a lot of bureaucratic shit.
Yes.
I will still say that. Shit. But it does pay off towards the end with, like, the Beast Titan fight and all that shit. So
I mean, the new season, don't get me wrong, if you have you seen the new season yet?
I have not. I'm working towards it. I'm still busting ass through the third season.
I won't spoil anything for you. I'll just let you get there.
That's what I was saying. I told myself I wanted to check it out, and I was like, I'm gonna give I'm gonna give this whole series another quick like glance over. I was like, I'm gonna wipe away my judgment. I'm gonna take it there, and it was so good. I was like, I really enjoyed every bit of it, except for, like I said, the bureaucratic crap in the third season.
Yeah, that stuff gets old very quickly.
It was so much talking, so much
Yes.
talking,
so much talking, so much talking.
I
All
had
right, my man, you ready for the rundown?
I've never, but let's do it. So you guys can find us on Facebook / Why So Nerdy Podcast. We are on Twitter, which I don't know our I don't know our Twitter handle. We are on Instagram. Definitely check that out. Fucking we got, oh my god, thank you, brain. Dante. I almost forgot Dante's name. My brain like wiped all of my memory.
Jesus,
I know.
That guy is literally
it's not that I forgot him. It's not that I forgot him. I forget names every minute of every day. I forgot your name the other day. You're welcome.
Look, you know what? Get it together, sir. Come on, finish the lineup. Finish it up.
I was telling, what was it? We were making fun of Millie for something, and we were saying that she would say your name before my name because she loves you. And I was like, yeah, she'd probably say what. I was like, what name am I? I was like, I'm having a stroke. I was like, I'm having a stroke.
It's like a what?
Yeah, like I only got the W out, and I was like, what is Will's name?
All I can think of my mind when you said it was wah.
Yeah, my brain completely blanked, dude. I wipe people's names all the time on accident. Anyway, but Dante running that Instagram over there, doing a great job.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, make sure to check out his Off the Mats podcast. It's fantastic.
Very good. Very good.
What else? We got our Patreon.
Patreon.
On Patreon. And we do have that new coffee app, the Buy Me a Coffee thing, which is a link on our Facebook. That's a new support thing. If you guys want to help support and you just want to anonymously donate, you can do that on there.
We don't even have to know who you are. We just appreciate the love.
Just the love, and it will it goes towards the podcast. We're not gonna go out and buy beer with it.
Yes,
it does say on the website that we're going to buy beer with it, but I promise you we're not. It's gonna go towards equipment and funds. Yeah,
more money in there. So
am I missing anything?
Right now, yep. I just wanted to give a shout out to a couple people, a couple artists.
Ooh, yeah.
Want to give a shout out to Mozzie Crew. Mozzie Crew, wanted to give a shout out to them for thinking. I want to thank them for letting me shoot them for the Vibes miniseries. Which,
why are you shooting them?
Bang bang shoot. But anyway, yes, they're letting me all day, every day, bro. But thank you, thank you for letting me shoot you and film you guys. You guys have really made the miniseries like take off. Like that has shaped and formed itself very well in a matter of just dealing with the whole crew. The Vibe series.
Is that the guy that does the cool hand thing?
Yeah, that's one of the guys. Yeah, that's one of the guys. But the Vibe series itself will be coming out with a full another episode. So part 3 of the actual Vibes will drop after we drop Max's video this week, which is supposed to drop on Tuesday. So we'll be working on that, getting that piece together and doing that. And yeah. Also want to give a shout out to White Mouse Art. My niece was just born, y'all. I just had my niece come into the world January 20th. I haven't really said anything about doing a podcast on it, but he made me a lot of paintings and drawings for her, which now she'll get when I go up there and get to see her.
If he's listening, I would really love a picture of me as oh God, what is his name? Where he's laying on the bearskin rug.
Yes, just the Burt Reynolds. Is
yes, I would love a Burt Reynolds picture of me, just like a fat hairy Burt Reynolds, like eating Cheetos on the carpet or something.
Just like, oh hey, how you guys doing?
I would hang it up on my wall.
Oh, that's hilarious. But yes, shout out to White Mouse Art. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Dan works with me at work, so. Like, I just wanted to give him a shout out because it's something that was really special for me, and now it's special for Nani. So I appreciate that.
He's awesome, and thank you.
Yes. And also, I want to give a shout out to Brook and Oak Collective. A couple other places. There's some more stuff that's going on, but we'll start doing shout outs towards the end to other businesses and stuff like that too. So.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
I got nothing. I got nobody to sponsor. Variant
Okay.
Studios has been dead. Unless somebody wants pictures, but it's the Rona and I'm sick. I don't know if you want to be around me right now anyway.
They could just order a nice, sexy like picture of you on a bearskin rug.
I'll take a picture of me. $5. I'll send you my butthole. I don't care. I'll start an OnlyFans.
I will not send you my butthole.
$5. I can do a lot of things for $5.
Like, you know what? Everybody can do a lot of things for $5. It's true.
Yeah.
You make that stretch. So,
hell yeah.
All right, guys, we love you. We are getting off of here. It is time to end this. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry we missed you last week. We just were really.
Don't blame it on yourself, Will. I was sick and I caused a whole bunch of problems, so I apologize.
Oh no, it's okay. Mike was going through some stuff. I'm going through some stuff. So we'll be back on, guys. We love you guys.
Yes,
all right.
I'm getting better. I have to go to work this week, so I have to get better now.
Yes, we got it. All right, guys. Bye.
See you.